before we exit. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the group picture will be taken outside.
Yes, I'm Dogbe. Thank you. Thank you. A minute, sir. Thank you.
Government representatives.
Okay. Thank you. Good time, Mehmet. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. National Party Farmers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Party Farmers. Party Farmers.
Member of Parliament. Member of Parliament here representing, as well as the government agencies, CEO.
Party Farmers. Let's do this after, please. Hello, please vote for me. Party Farmers. No, no, sir. No.
I'm same penny.
Please, when we are done, the Chinese group is next. Can we please go back a bit so that we can have some space? Can we go back a bit?
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right,
Chinese group.
Chinese delegation. You guys, where are you? Chinese delegation.
Please, when they are done, MPs, and then we'll have
Joe, let us get space. Everybody can go back 15.
Can we
go back a bit? Can we go back a bit? Can we go back a bit?
please, can we go back?
The Chinese can go back. Let's not
Are you okay?
go back a bit. The Chinese are many, so it's everybody.
Chinese group. Yeah. All Chinese group. Chinese delegation. That one we have done. Some of them. All right, go capture. Please, after CEOs of government agencies. I'm serious. Please, when we have done MPs here, Member of Parliament.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
Member of Parliament.
Thank you. CEOs.
Member of Parliament.
Please come.
Member of Parliament.
Minister for Food and Agriculture and sitting member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wuogon constituency, the Honorable John Dumelo.
Good morning. I'll make this as brief as possible. All protocols observed. My name is John Dumelo. I'm the Deputy Minister for Agric and then also the MP for Ayawaso West, and then also a farmer. And this morning I want to thank the organizers for organizing this wonderful program, and I welcome you all. As you all know, the country is on the verge of massive transformation, and this kind of transformation involves the agricultural sector. For us as a people and for us as a government, what is most important to us is to be able to feed ourselves, to feed the industries and export the rest, adding value before we export the rest. But we need something which is important. We need efficiency. Efficiency because we need to maximize the use of the land that we have. Yes, Ghana will say we boast of millions of hectares of land. But the truth is, some of the most developed countries are using the few acres of land that they have to maximize efficiency. And so we need to maximize efficiency when it comes to agric. But that involves a lot of innovation. And that is why it's important that we partner with countries like China to help us to maximize the use of our land, especially in the transfer of technology. And so we are here this morning to say our doors are open, even though it's been open for a very long time, but we are opening new doors now. And they are open, and we are inviting all of you and the rest of the world to join us to make agriculture great again in this country and to move Ghana in the right direction. Thank you so much, and enjoy your stay.
Honorable guests, honorable delegates, good morning.
I'm Kwame Chen. My Ghanaian name, Kwame Chen. My Chinese name, Chen Xiaowei.
Okay, so his Chinese name is Chen Xiaobei.
我是三度 Africa Group chairman.
So he's the chairman for Sino-Hydro Group.
今天非常开心，非常高兴能来到喇叭底，来到加纳跟大家见面。
So he's very happy to come to Ghana and then to come to Labadi to meet the Ghanaian business community.
自从8年前我来到加纳投资农业，到现在，我始终把加纳当成自己的第二故乡。
So 8 years ago, he came to Ghana to do some business, agricultural business, and then now he feels like he's part of, he's a Ghanaian.
我非常喜欢加纳。
I like Ghana so much.
我也非常喜欢加纳的人民。
And then I like the Ghanaian people so much.
有加纳的很多朋友经常的帮助我。
A lot of Ghanaian friends also help me in my various activities here in Ghana.
也帮助我的公司成长。
And they help my company also to grow.
所以这一次受总统办公厅 Chief of Staff 委托。
So when the Chief of Staff organized this program,
带领中国的90家企业负责人
and then also bring Chinese investors, about 90 Chinese investors into the country.
在农业、纺织、科技、工业等方面。
So in terms of agriculture, industry, trade, education, and other part of the economy.
希望可以落地加纳，在加纳找到他们的第二次生长的机会。
So they want to come here to get an experience and then to be able to develop our economy.
好，谢谢各位。
Thank you very much, everybody.
Warriors here, this is Gungulung, 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 Gung. This is Ghana News TV. The time is 6 o'clock. Let me follow. Ghana.
So send this cafe amanoni aba Africa ha. You should learn five. Say you fear wo pese won tono. You should learn five. A dan ya na say Japadia when it that's why pese oto Africa ha no. You should learn five. So wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no Africa ha. You should learn five. Sanso e na say uti obi school fees ama no a. You should learn five. Yenti American full learn five ama on say utimi send this sika e fa learn five so a e ma ni begu bank account mu. Sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu. Eno achi nso no de bia lemfi e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo send a wo benya lemfi e secured na wo send this car enche na nipa a wo send ama no ne nsaka lemfi wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal and France. What the lemfi send this car untu ahwe bomodi a dey use me code NEWS news na say ene any day they can register or lemfi so a unya bonus sanso na use chen so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma.
Good morning to you all. The leader from effort in putting this together. And I bring you special greetings from His Excellency the President, who would have loved to be here, but for several other reasons, has asked me to represent him. The Ghana-China Business Summit is a very important platform for both of us from China and from Ghana to have the opportunity to interact and to express the possibility of willing to work together. The relationship between Ghana and China officially started in 1960, which means it's been a very long time. But you can also tell that we still have the opportunity to build on the relationship that started long ago. Looking at the records, in 2023, Chinese exports into Ghana total over $3.7 billion, whereas the Ghanaian part was only $1.8 billion. What this suggests is that we need to find a way to try and bridge the gap. But there's a way to go about it. The President believes that when we talk to you about the Ghanaian market, it's not necessarily about Ghana as a country. And so when you invest in Ghana, you have the opportunity to export into the other West African countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Guinea, and it's much, much easier if you use Ghana as your base because we are very close to Europe. We have a lot of, almost all the airlines coming to Ghana. We have two major ports which aids international business. Our records from the Ghana Investment Promotion Center indicates that we registered over 560 Chinese businesses expressing interest to do business in Ghana. However, as we speak now, we can boast of over 100 manufacturing entities owned by either Chinese state government or Chinese. Ghana is not a bad place to do business after all, as the 100 that are in wouldn't have been here. What we intend doing, or what the President has in mind, will be encouraged, will be supported, and will be pushed to be successful. That's the message the President wants me to give to you this morning. There are varied areas where investment opportunities will be encouraged, from petrochemicals to housing, automobile, EVs, tourism, and what have you. Agriculture, we are doing very well now. And the government, as part of our flagship programming, is introducing what is commonly known as the 24-hour economy, which eventually give you an expansion in your production capacity. Because instead of going to work for just 8 hours, you have the opportunity to work for 24 hours with incentives given to you. So on this note, on behalf of His Excellency the President, we welcome all the investors from China. I understand you're up to about 90, and by tomorrow you'll be going to about 120. You are very, very warmly welcome to Ghana. And on behalf of the government, we will lend any necessary support that you will need as far as establishing your businesses are concerned. So on that note, I duly open this summit and wish you successful deliberations and wish you the best of luck. Enjoy your stay in Ghana. Thank you.
So when we say we want to facilitate meaningful connection through business partnerships between Chinese and Ghanaian businesses, yes, it is balanced. We want to enable a partnership.
所以我们之所以往国内、往中国去寻求合作，是为了帮助加纳这边的经济。
Two, when we say we want to promote investments, and the focus is on Chinese investments into Ghana's key sectors, including manufacturing, agri, energy, infrastructure going on, and leveraging Ghana's favorable investment climate and strategic location, I would like to add that it must also be outward looking in that partnership. Otherwise, we deplete reserves when the proceeds are exported, right? And we therefore also need to expand our reach into some of our partnerships, not just China, the EU and other countries from which we attract investments and imports.
然后是希望这次来跟中国这边来合作呢，是要看农业这块产业这块等等一些行业。然后呢，投资同时呢，不仅仅要看国内，也要看一些国外的一些市场，欧洲也可以看。
And when we say in terms of market access that we want to provide Chinese companies with a gateway to the West African market through Ghana, capitalizing on the country's membership in ECOWAS and I must say AFCTA, we should also say that we must balance this with a little access, and I put emphasis on a little access to begin with, for our Exim Bank to also have, some, reverse flow into these markets in order that we can strengthen our foreign, currency reserves and not see a weakening cedi that would make some of those investments leave the country when we default in paying the loans and others that are coming into the country.
然后提到加纳这边来投资呢，一方面是市场扩展，那么在加纳的西非的周边国家可以扩展到那边，还有非洲的自贸区也是一个非常大的市场。那么希望我们在投资的同时呢，也能考虑加纳的赛地贬值，也能保护加纳的赛地。
I say this with hindsight and humility, because we all know that as we speak today, due to our default, before we can go to the IMF, or the last few occasions we went to the board, we needed the approval of bilateral partners led by France and China.
那么到国际货币基金会这边基金组织这边去贷钱呢， 是有一些条件的，一个是跟不同的一些双边国家的一些合作，这是非常重要的。
And this is going to happen to our 4th review, which is due to go to the board in July.
对加拿大这边的一些评估评价是非常重要的，因为今年7月份可能会有一个评估。
And therefore, in looking at how we can leverage government initiatives and how we can strengthen bilateral relations, that is our objective 4 and 5, it is important that we also remember that we have had 2 presidents, or 3 if you want, 4, who have made Chinese investment receptive, at home, but who also, particularly my president, following after Professor Mills, starting with certain emerging country strategies for which a country like China can help us realize.
然后这几年来做出了很多支持中加合作这块的很多政策，包括现任总统他当第一届的时候，他也做出了很多贡献。
And here I am talking about, let me mention just 3. And the foremost one is the Ghana Exim Bank, which mirrors the China Exim Bank. And I think our Chinese partners here know exactly what I'm saying when I talk about the role of Exim banks.
然后呢，首先呢，当时都做了哪些呢？一个是建立进出口银行这一块儿。那么提到进出口银行这一块，中方是非常的了解的，对一个经济有什么好用，有什么贡献。
There is no middle income country, and there is hardly any BRIC economy. That is Brazil, Russia, India, China, the BRICS, which have developed without the establishment of an Exim bank. And you are the businessmen who are witnesses to this. Turkey Exim, China Exim, India Exim, Korea Exim, whatever. Whether emerging, we do business with them. They are the conduits for loan into our economy. And it is nothing more than they exporting, not just goods, but human expertise and capital into our economies. We need a bit of the reverse for Africa in general and for Ghana in general to also be able to strengthen its foreign exchange capacity and have some exposure to these countries with which we deal. This is a very key initiative of His Excellency President Mahama during his first term.
然后马哈马总统第一届的时候，大家都知道，一个促进银行对一个经济的作用。打个比方，中国作为当时的中等收入国家，巴西也好，他们都是趁这样的促进银行的作用来发展国家的。
We need a Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, which, if it reaches its peak, should be the avenue for the businessmen who have come upstage and others, to aggregate borrowing and help our construction and other, sectors of the economy.
然后在这块儿也建立了我们这边的基础设施的一个基金，为了把很多资金融入在这个基金里面，为了发展。
And when I say this, I say nothing more than a replica of the China Development Bank, China's super bank, as a book I read actually, christens them. And we know the role of China Development Bank in the development of Chinese municipalities that rolls all the way to the global scene, and which is the one with China Exim that gives or leverages the investment with which some of our investors come to our country.
那么我们这个基础设施基金呢，也是就模仿了中国的发展银行一样。那么大家都知道，发展银行对中国的发展有多大的贡献。
So at the minimum for commercial projects, especially those that can pay for itself, like we have done with Terminal 3, self-financing, port expansion, self-financing, some of which construction our Chinese friends are proud of, because they brought in expertise. It is important for our Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund to be able to support, our, industrial sector, and if possible, therefore, do an outreach first into Africa before we can even dream about an outreach, into Ghana.
我们的基础设施资金是帮到我们，比如说，做了我们的现有的机场，还有我们新装修的港口，这都是从基础设施基金里面来资助的。
I need not talk about the sensitivity to our environment in the course of our investments, particularly since that is also where, we generate most of our foreign exchanges.
然后呢，我也想提到，在投资的同时呢，也要考虑到环保这边。
So let me just end by saying, because before I'll outlive my usefulness, that whether we are talking a PPP, whether we are talking 100% government investment, a build, operate or transfer, a joint venture, particularly for PPP, when we advocate, we must remember, right, whether it's a local partnership or an external partnership, one of the P's in the middle is public. One of the P's in private-public partnerships is core government or an SOE, which need to be on their feet economically to make these, investment structures, effective. And therefore, I need not buttress the point that for a country that defaults, and for a country that is looking and gradually regaining its ratings with a B- and hopefully into an investment grade like Botswana to start with Africa, or indeed like CDB or China Exim are AAA rated and can easily borrow, that should be the model. And that should be one of the things which we expect our Chinese brothers and sisters who are coming to invest to teach Ghana, to expose Ghana to not just Ghana, but also Africa. So I wish this partnership will be fruitful, and based on very sound and solid investment strategies, as Ghana has been attempting to do, with the structures, not all of them, self-financing, smart borrowing, of which His Excellency the President initiated and is keen to continue, particularly within context of policies.
我们今天目的在这边开这个会议，是因为有大公司从中国一些中国大企业过来加拿大投资。
你是帮你有为呢？一般来讲，我安不了路，也完了。那看诺伊的 local authorities， 你就我们这边。
然后他们过来这边投资的话，就是他们要找一些地，然后关于这个地的话，有一些国网在管这个。
我们比如说collaboration 吧，蛮前面安不了路，我也没 China 毕业，那非要把它也把它欧亚。
所以他希望中国一些企业跟他们就是国网配合合作。
那我 feel 跟马克我也没在 China 阿克，阿那个是蛮前面蛮前面也，那非要那么 feel。
然后如果他们要做一些企业的话，他们也要跟他们一起做。
没弄啥嘛原因看，我也没你做理解。neighboring countries I'm not Ghana, 20 Ghana. 我invest.
我为什么这样说？因为我们邻居都看到加拿大比较安全，然后他们就过来这边投资。
Mas one market one year Chinese biya ke. What belo Fijian? Ameba wo Nigeria ba here na wa tu.
我想告诉各位中国企业。他们欢迎过来加拿大投资。
阿个呢，过了，我你帮哈你去，看没吧？ construction, I feel pay too much. No be kumele ma me here makpa me fai. Koni education, ni Chinese language one year wali. No one year one ojuba.
然后他也希望就是除了其他比方说建筑公司，他也希望就是中国这个企业他们要教我们中文，就是要有一个很多孔子学院在加拿，然后教加拿中国文化，还有中国就是学中文。
Agbede ko na wo mancheme ke wo manyeme wo teme kume wo into business. No asmo na me bane. Ameke ame hawo na me wawo. Kono wanye no tumo wo tumo poten. Kono ame ame wawo ko wo anyi.
然后国网他们有各种各样的一些生意，然后他们也希望就是中国人可以帮助他们，然后一起配合。谢谢大家。
Hello.
Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, please, your next. Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, please. Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, please, your next. Please, when you mention your group. Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, please. Please, when we are done with our pictures, please kindly let's leave so that we can have the next. Ghana Chamber.
Follow and watch Ghana News TV.
So send this cafe amanoni aba Africa ha Usulem Fi. Say ye fear wo pese wo ntono Usulem Fi. Edan ya na say japade a wani da so a wo pese oto wa Africa ha no Usulem Fi. Say wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no wo Africa ha Usulem Fi. Sanso e na say wo tie obi school fees ama no a Usulem Fi. Nyenti a make camful Lemfi ama on say utimi send this sika e fa Lemfi so a e mani begu bank account mu sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu. Eno achi nso no de bia Lemfi e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo send a wo benya Lemfi e secured na wo send this car enche na nipa a wo send ama no ne nsaka Lemfi wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal and France. What the Lemfi send this car untu ahwe bomodi a dey use me code NEWS news na say ene any day they can register or Lemfi so a unya bonus sanso na use chance so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma
Menu makwekwe sa sempa kania. Semenam na meti asempa na mamo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyem bia wati ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Sa wo ka say door to door for no de na watwa. Esanse obi ne wa wo say wo ho sa door to door business nim. Wo nneoma wo UK a wo de kwa Ghana. Ana say Germany a wo de kwa Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks ebekwa kodu nipa ne puna no say try. Na de mo mo demo sronko wo say dwuma de we mu ne say wo ho bo no. E da form say boko. ANS Trading Agency Limited. E wo air freight special service. And on nneoma ne ye de be fa plane. Enti ntempa na akwa
akodu obetuma fa saa kwan wɔ yɛ so de nneɛma free Ghana akɔ UK ana Germany efe gigi dem which na also agina yie na men drop bomb ANS Trading Agency Limited pɛ ɛna yɛ 40 footer any 20 footer container yɛ fi UK ɛde kɔ Ghana ana Germany ɛde kɔ Ghana ɔmo ma nneɛma yɛ mmerɛ import o export o dem there for you ɔmo Ghana na mani 0249 170 423 UK has over free 0790 802 7527 Germany 09173 771 2733 Ubenya ANS Trading Agency Limited our West Croydon ANS Trading Agency Limited Quantum Brantem Wana Beboya Basso maybe next time in your fill up from the Bebro.